Thank you. I just want to say these are not my shoes. I was wearing running sneakers, and last minute, I said, my sister Alicia, do you have shoes, flats? Yeah, I have these pointy ones. So I'm wearing these things. I do have a great story to tell, but there's a couple of things I want to say first. Also, this is very difficult for me, no matter if I'm comical or not. This is like hard. Okay, so my name is Joselyn Feliciano. I am the creator of A Little Magazine. Many of you are aware of that. Others are not. It's a free publication that we put out every other month. And if you have something to say, whether it's a paragraph or a poem or a short story or a serious article, you can put it in and share it, no cost, just community stuff. So moving past that, I'm going to go in my purse. And don't judge me, because I'm born and raised here. I've been through a lot of shit. I'm very serious. So I'm pulling this out. Don't judge me. I'm pulling this out. I'm going to open it because I might need some. I'm just getting ready, okay? Born and raised in New Bedford. If you're from New Bedford, you just know whether you are a victim of what goes on here, or you're just a bystander. You know that it is not easy for a lot of people, okay? So I'm 16 years old and I'm walking to school. I'm not walking to school, I go to Voc Tech. Okay, I'm a Voc Tech reject. I'm 16, I'm walking from United Front where people get murdered and shot and bullets fly high in the late night. I don't know what's going on, but I'm looking out the window to see if anybody's running. So I'm walking to school, I'm walking to my bus stop, and I get there and I see a couple of people that I know. I don't trust them, but I'm talking to them because, well, what the hell? Am I gonna just talk to myself? Whatever. Anyway, so I get on the bus and I take this long ride to school. I'm a Voc Tech student. If you know, you have to have academics and a major. Not a major, but, a concentration into some sort of, technical, I don't know. Listen, all right, so I went into architectural. I didn't like it. I don't like sitting still. I move a lot. I said, I can't do this. I can't write all day. Lines, bricks, wood, nails, I'm done. Get me out of here. She says, well, Joselyn, you have two options. You have collision repair, which is painting cars and pulling out the dents that people put in your cars as, auto body, or welding and sheet metal. Now, if any of you know me, Brooke, Shelley, I am very romantic. I'm very single, but I'm very romantic, and I'm extremely poetic about this. So she says, okay, you have collision repair, you have welding. And I'm like, Eric or Danny? That's the truth. I loved Eric Almeida. I loved him so much. I didn't go to his shop. I was afraid that if I went to his shop, then there would be no love. So I said, let me go where Danny Almeida is, this asshole, this jerk. His father has a dually truck. What is that? Right? Whatever. So I go in there and I'm making my moves. I'm trying to be cool. I didn't know I was a poet then. I had no idea. All I knew was that I was a little different. I saw things in a different light, eccentric, bubbly, didn't know I was poetic. And so I went in there, and it was rough, to my surprise. I thought that I could conquer the world at 16, right? And I was there, and a lot of trials and tribulations. I was a late student coming into welding. I didn't come in first as everybody else. I came in late, and I was unaware of everything because my instructor, Mr. Krogh, right? And you could find him at the captain's place in the cushion if you wanted to know. He gives no fucks about his students. Okay, so I came in late. I'm a female coming in late in 2003, I think. And, I came in and I want to be an artist. And I'm welding. I'm welding sculptures against the rules of someone who's studying welding. You're supposed to do beads and learn how to do this underground water welding, whatever the moneymaker that's dangerous. No, I'm welding tables, I'm doing desks, I'm doing nightstands, I'm doing all kinds of crazy stuff. And then one day, May 5th, Cinco de Mayo, if you know it, right? May 5th, this is serious for me, okay? Ooh, there's a machine called the iron worker, okay? It works the iron. Worked me too. So, I was a late student, so I came in and Mr. Crow says, the instructor, we're doing these tests to see what you qualify for so that when you leave school, you have these check marks so that you can get a job. You got to take this serious test. And I said, okay, well, what do you want me to do? I'm going to do whatever you say. I got my art, but I'm going to do what you say. 3/8 of an inch. Anybody know the thickness? It's about that. A little bit more than a quarter. Cold rolled steel, 3 inches thick, a very nice looking piece of metal. Okay, I love it. It's very smooth looking. And he says, okay, get me 6 inches. Cut it. You're going to have to bevel. Does anybody know welding here? You look like you know it. Listen, I'm really wrong here. I'm stereotyping you for your beard. Do you know?
I worked in finance for a private bank.
I know welding.
You know welding. All right. So he said, so we had to get these pieces, put them together. They were angled. We had to blow torch it so that it was like a triangle, fill it up with arc welding, and then put it under a test to see the strength. You were lying to me, weren't you?
No, he really is IT guy.
You are IT, all right. And I love you proving me wrong. I'm just saying.
But I do know bevel, but I hate the stereotypes.
Hey, listen, I hate the stereotypes too, but I'm a stereotype myself. All right, and so the guy says, so the instructor tells me to do this, so I'm at the fucking iron worker. All right, I don't know anything. I put the thing in the thing. It's like a plate, right? I put the metal right there, and the way that you bring the big blade down is you put your foot in the pedal, and it comes down slowly. There's a safety guide. You're supposed to turn the knob. There's like all kinds of angle iron, all kinds of different things. Angle iron is like a big L for special slots or whatever. So I got the flat bar or whatever, and I don't put it down because I didn't know. I came in late. Mr. Crow don't give a shit. I'm a girl, I don't know nothing, I'm not here for the metal. He didn't take the time, right? So I'm putting the metal right there, and the safety guard's about 2 inches above the metal. I don't know that that's important. I have no idea, and so I put my foot in the pedal, and I put it through, and I got my hands right there, and I'm watching, I'm ready to make some moves, show some, points in my certificate, maybe get a job, be this underground water welder that people say is like extreme and extraordinary, right? So I'm right there. I put my foot right there. And I got my hands here, and I'm really reliving this thing. I haven't relived it in 12 years. Put my foot in. The blade's coming down. Now the blade hits the metal, and the metal comes up because of, I don't know, science or math, I don't know. Right? The blade hits the metal. Boom. The metal starts rising. It's rising and rising. And it's going to hit a point that it hits the safety guard. It's going to hit that safety guard, and the tension between the safety guard and the blade is going to make it cut, Unfortunately, my fingers were there. I tried to pull it out. I said, oh, shit, something's going on. My foot's on the fucking pedal, just saying. This is my life, right? And I did. I pulled out all my fingers except for one. Unfortunately, my own foot is the demise of my own hand. And one finger got caught, and it just kept going and going and going. Snap! My finger was snapped off. And I'm 16 and I'm a girl, and I have no idea what the fuck just happened. And all I know is that I'm looking right there. And I'm looking at this small plate where the metal's supposed to rest, and I see the fingertip. I see a nail. My finger when I was little as a child. As artistic, and I didn't even know it. My mother wasn't really there, nor was my father, so I would just sit there and imagine I was a hand model. As a child, I remember this. I would go like this, holding a rose, imaginary rose. I didn't have a rose, and I would just sit there for hours. I'm just assuming hours. And I would just go like this, but I can't do that anymore, right? And in this moment, I'm just looking. I'm looking, I don't understand what happened. Anybody have a trauma here? Oh, shit. So, okay. Of course. Wow. And listen, I love you, but listen, it's like this inner thing where it's just like, ooh, that's my finger, but I really don't believe it. Okay, that's my finger. And it was lifeless, no blood. Just lifeless, gone. And my mother was a CNA, medical field. I knew automatically, without even knowing what to do, to squeeze it to save my life. I don't know if I was going to bleed to death. And I left. I ran as far as I could. I didn't know what happened. And if anybody knows from Vogue, I'm in welding. It's far away from the nurse's office, so I have to cut through the cafeteria. And I'm running like this. And I see my friend Chris Holza. Hey, really? Okay. So I said, hey, what's going on? He says, hey, what's going on? I said, I don't know, I just cut my finger off. You want to see? Do you? And then I was like, actually, you know what? I got to take care of me right now. Go to the nurse. Thankfully, the nurses at the Vogue Tech they used to be ER nurses. So here I am. I'm losing it. I'm out of it. And she's calm and she's peaceful and she's serene. She's seen worse. Can you believe it? I couldn't believe it. And I'll just tell you the last part, even though this is, she says, Joselyn, we need to wash it. No, bitch, we're not fucking touching it. Okay? No, we need to put it under water. No, that's not happening. You're not gonna kill me. I'm already dead. Please, don't make me do this. She says, no, trust me, and she's peaceful and serene. I said, okay, I'll believe you. And we put it under the water. We put my hand, it's gone. My fingertip's gone. We put it under the water, and you know what happened? Nothing, because my nerves were gone. Okay, but I did get to see something that you will never get to see, and I'm going to tell you what it was. The bone. All right, now the bone was, it was pure. And this is how I knew that I was poetic and artistic, is that it was the purest white that I've ever seen. Now I was welding and I'd see a lot of white light. They say not to look into it. It was bright and it was white. But the bone, your bones are of a color so pure and so white that even with blood pouring all around it, it was beautiful. Can you believe it? But anyway, so they put it under the water. It didn't hurt because the nerves were like out on the welding fucking slaughterhouse over there. And then I went to the hospital. No one was there. My mother was working. My dad was hungover. I spent hours and hours waiting for somebody to give a fuck because I'm from New Bedford. I'm just assuming that that's the way everyone is over here. I don't know. Jesus. Anyway, so it's a sign I shouldn't be a welder.